It should probably go without saying that a trustee has a duty not to engage in adverse trusts. That means the trustee can't be the trustee of one trust that has an active and ongoing conflict with another trust. In other words, an adverse trust is when two trusts are fighting over the same issue or have conflicting interests over a same issue. You can't have one person be a trustee for both trusts when they have adverse interests. And yet that can occur quite quickly, especially when you have sub-trust funding. So typically if a married couple creates a trust, that trust might say that when one spouse dies, various sub-trusts pop into existence, a survivor's trust, a bypass trust, a marital trust, things like that. If these trusts are created and they have the same trustee, which they often do, you can run into a situation where these trusts might have an adverse interest. This is especially true when the different trusts have different beneficiaries. So the survivor's trust might have the surviving spouse as a beneficiary, and yet the bypass trust might have the decedent's children as beneficiaries. That right there is enough to create adverse interests among the trusts. Add to that different claims to different properties. So maybe the two trusts are in disagreement, or the beneficiaries are in disagreement about what assets should be funded to which subtrusts. All of these issues can very quickly mount to the point where the trustee of both of these trusts, if they're the same person, is in violation of their duties as a trustee for taking on adverse interests. You can remove a trustee if they're trying to act as trustee over two different trusts that have adverse interests. You can go into court and you can ask the court to remove and suspend that trustee either indefinitely or at least until the adverse interest is figured out. The duty to avoid adverse trusts is a duty that you don't see asserted very often in court, but it can be a powerful duty, and it can be one that can really be used to your advantage as a beneficiary if you have a trustee who's violating that duty.